Hi guys, how are we doing? So it's the 15th of January and I received a phone call from a fellow ULEZ protester. Himself and maybe four or five others are doing a protest in Bexley where they are fitting a static ULEZ camera. There's two security guards on site watching over the workers that are fitting the ULEZ camera. But one of them starts getting a little bit heavy-handed, hands-on with the protesters. So I made my way over to the location in Bexley. Took me about an hour to get there, but this is the little bit of footage that I managed to get. So the ones wearing the mask there, they're in there, is that security?
Yeah, that's the one that had a go at Phil.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they weren't supposed to be masked up anymore like that, unless it's a surgical mask.
Luckily, that's the little security guy ain't got a camera on. Which is useful.
You know, we were all just laughing.
So what are they doing, John? Are they fitting a new camera, are they?
Fit in the box.
Yeah.
So the box is in.
Yeah.
The wires are into the electrics. So someone's going to come and put a camera in
Right.
sometime.
Right.
Plus, of course, that camera will do everything else. See how the security guard talking to the copper in the brown coat. I mean, you see, like this.
Yep.
It's all in
That's
there.
shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's happening, guys? Where we are, we're in Bexley at the moment, and they're actually fitting a static camera, right? But the security guards started getting a bit heavy-handed with the protesters, and the police have had to turn up. And I'm yet to speak to John, Beachcomber John, and like properly and get a full rundown. I've just driven from Penge over to Bexley. It's just taken me nearly an hour just to get here. For obvious reasons, I can't get any closer. I'd love to, so I want to start asking questions, but I can't be seen to be interfering with ULEZ workers or their operatives, let's say. Was it one of the security guards or the workers?
Well, I sort of got the old fella here started giving it to Lloyd, so I left it a little while
Yeah.
and then started giving it back to him. And then the security here was trying to do it, so I just told him to shut up. And he didn't like it. So I kept shouting in his face, telling him to shut up.
Yeah.
And he carried on talking, and then he started speaking in a foreign language. So I
Oh,
told him
right.
to shut up. And then his mate decided to stand behind me. And,
So they do the usual circuit.
and I said, if you don't get out of my personal space, I'm going to remove it. And he didn't, so I pushed him.
Cool.
And then both of them.
Mate, you've warned him. What more
He
do they
also had
want?
his back to the fence.
I had back to the
Yeah.
fence, I couldn't go anywhere, do you know what I mean?
He had to
They've
go
had a
through.
fair warning.
We got it all on video.
And now,
And I had to step in between them and take the security back off.
and now, you've got two police officers,
Wasting their time.
probably at the cost of, what,
Taxpayer money,
tw-
yeah.
20, £25 an hour maybe?
It doesn't matter how much, it's all taxpayer
Yeah.
money.
No, yeah, exactly. But if we work it out, £25 an hour maybe, if they're sort of career police officers, if they've been
Yeah.
in it for a while. Plus, well, I don't know how much these lads are getting paid a day. Probably, what was it, 210 on the van?
220 on the
220 on the van.
No, they're on-
So,
they're on a
so
different
it
wage.
was that security guard there that started getting a bit heavy-handed, yeah.
The one behind him was the one that was in his personal space.
Right.
That's about it.
In all fairness, when I stepped in and I took the security de-escalated back off, he's the one who took a step back.
Yeah.
So the other one didn't.
Are you winking at me? Are you winking at me? Don't wink at me.
That's just escalating, isn't it? Stand there straight to red, but you're winking at people. Trying to escalate it. You've got a copper stood next to you.
So these are the two security guards. They're the ones that were getting a little bit heavy-handed with a couple of the protesters. And now a cop's got to stand over them and basically bloody do daddy daycare centre. It's ridiculous, Mum. And what's the crack now with the masks?
We don't know. We don't know.
Right. I thought it was surgical masks only.
No, I don't know.
That's what I read. Yeah.
But then saying that one of these had to go in for having the mask.
Khan is a proper special K, mate. Yeah, the rules, we need to confirm whether these security guards are I mean, we've been led to believe, the protesters have been led to believe that the security guards are only supposed to be wearing surgical masks now. Not this type of mask so that they look like they're bloody a stormtrooper or an SAS member or something. You've got to put up with being called a name like a rat or something. Apparently that's what riled up the security guard, because someone just simply said you're a rat. So bloody what, man? My wife calls me worse than that just when she's being polite to me.